Okay, day 89. So I've skipped the last 3 days, and I think I've only done three podcasts in the last, I guess, 8 days or 9 days. And yeah, I feel pretty bad. I feel pretty bad about this. I don't really have any excuses. I mean, we've been really busy doing stuff and traveling and everything, but I think I just haven't wanted to prioritize it. I've been always thinking of this as like a reflection time. And for whatever reason, it's just been really hard for me to reflect the last couple days, the last week or two. And I think it's just been, I don't think it's any one thing. I think, kids and activities and stuff have been busy and a little bit more chaotic than usual. And going to Coldwater, we were pretty busy again this weekend. My daughter's birthday was on Friday, so she turned 3, and we really tried to make it a special day. And I've been keeping up with my workouts, though. I think the workouts are now something that I really look at all like green. Like, I've missed 2 days and 83. I mean, it's just part of who I am now. I think that's a great. I can't take it for granted. I need to keep pushing with it. With my weight, I'm back up to I was 170 this morning. I think I'll end up being like 168 by the end of the day today. It's hard. The last couple days I've been stressed out. I'm still trying to narrow down. I have this like weird allergy to something inside of like certain beers and certain breads. And I just felt like absolute garbage for most of Saturday, a lot of Friday, most of Saturday. And like worse than I felt in a long time. And I just put a bunch of food in my mouth to make me feel better about it. And I don't feel guilty about that. I don't feel bad. I mean, I feel bad breaking my streaks, but it's Monday. We're getting back to routine, so that's fine. I've been working on pad stats a little bit today. My wife's gonna be in Coldwater for the next few days. I think I got this finally looking okay. It doesn't work, but I think it's finally looking okay. We're gonna be able to toggle these, and I moved everything around so the scroll bar doesn't get in the way anymore, and I think we're looking pretty good. So I gotta now I think I'm procrastinating still, doing the hard part of like making this work, but there's always gonna be a hard part. But I've been thinking more deeply about and watching a lot of Mike Sable videos, trying to get closer to product market fit. I think the weird thing about prop tech is there's only one thing people need. Like, the problem everyone has is buying and selling the exact property they want, like at the price they want it. Like, the buyers want to buy the perfect place and the sellers want to get the most money for their place, and so it's really just this like big information, expectations, communication, paperwork, legal stuff, but that's really all it is. I've been trying to think of problems. I've been trying to think of companies as solutions to people's problems. I think that's a big Mike Sable thing. Michael Sable. And it's been useful to think of it that way. And that might sound really simple, but it's more like it's opening up my brain to like, because he has I took notes. He has a lot of, I can do his one-liners all day, but I'll pull it up. It's worth it, I promise. What is the problem the company is trying to solve? Is that problem growing or shrinking? Identifying a problem that others haven't figured out is worth working on, is where you become a genius or not. The people that came before you didn't solve this problem. And if you can solve it better than them, you'll be a billionaire. And that's kind of cryptic, I guess. I got to find a better way of saying it. But it's like Uber is a really good example of this is a problem that no one's ever worked on before, which is why can't getting a taxi be not just in big cities, not be $1 million, and get me to work every day? Why can't in the suburbs have taxis? Why can't not owning a car be possible? So, why can't all these people that know how to drive become taxis? Why can't everyone be their own taxi service? Why can't everyone have their own taxi service and be a part of it? And Airbnb is the same thing. Why can't everyone be a hotel? The problem is everyone wants to stay in different types of places, and not everyone wants to stay in hotels. Uber is not everyone wants to drive a car everywhere. Some people want to be driven for different reasons. Why can't I get everyone able to get their own, get driven around anywhere they want to go, not just in big cities for 5 times the cost? Let's decentralize the taxi and the hotel industry. And I've been thinking more and more about this. And so in prop tech, it's interesting because it's like, what is a problem that people haven't worked on before, and or people that have worked on it haven't found the right solution? So I think Zillow is a really good idea, a really good example of this. Is Zillow's problem that they decided on is that information transparency is not happening right now in real estate. Let's use a app or service or website to create information transparency for both sides of the realty, buying and selling properties market. And I think that's a great problem that they decided to solve. Let's just make it free for everyone to know what all the information is as much as possible when they decide to buy and sell stuff. The thing I keep coming back to, though, is how do I pick better problems than the ones I'm picking right now with PadStats? How do I pick a bigger problem? Because price transparency is useful and relevant. I don't know if neighborhood transparency, I think it is a problem. I think right now PadStats is solving the problem of how good is the neighborhood? What's the neighborhood like? What's it like there? And should I buy this? Should I buy in this neighborhood? Should I sell based on my neighborhood? And I don't think it's a bad problem, but I think it's got a ceiling, And I like thinking through this idea of a higher ceiling of a problem, And it's funny because I don't come from prop tech. I don't really necessarily enjoy prop tech. It's actually kind of frustrating, and it's kind of like healthcare, I guess, where it's there's just a lot of rules. It seems like for no reason. I know there are reasons. I'm not making fun of the reasons. I'm just saying that in some ways I think it's holding itself back, with those reasons. And they're not finding creative ways around it because they just are fearful of trying, it seems like. But when I think of prop tech, I want to keep going down prop tech because I don't want to change every couple months and years. And it's what Sean's doing. He's going to do prop tech with me or without me. So I have found a really, really dedicated, all-in, super smart, will work on this every hour of his waking day person. I might as well lean into that And this will be interesting if we're successful, because I think the moral of the story will be, it's better to find a good co-founder than it is a good problem. Find the good co-founder and then go find the problem together, you know? I mean, he has a problem. He would probably like laugh at this and say like, we have a problem, Brian. Like, I don't know why you keep trying to make up new problems, but I think I'm just looking for a problem that feels like it has unlimited ceiling, you know, or hundreds of billions of dollars of ceiling. And obviously those are hard problems to just uncover, you know. They don't just exist everywhere and no one's knowing or working on them. But the problem I think that I want to work on right now is a lot of what Zillow is doing, which is price transparency. But my idea right now is to build a marketplace. And I really don't want to build a marketplace, because marketplaces are really hard to build, and that's why they're so profitable, and that's why it's like winner take all with marketplaces. But you need to feed both sides of it at the same time, which is really hard, and you know, and they inherently need a lot of money and everything. But my idea is, so Zillow has all of the information you could possibly need about the property itself. Pad Stats pretty soon will have all the information you could possibly need about outside the house, everything around it. And I think if we keep adding more and more stuff to Pad Stats to make it everything you could ever want or need to buy a house outside the four walls, I think at some point you go, if this is true, these numbers are accurate and I'm going to trust them, you have everything I need. I wouldn't know more from seeing the neighborhood myself with my two eyes every hour of the day for weeks or months. You've given me everything I could possibly need. The next question is, like, if Zillow and whoever are doing really good walkthroughs and all the stats about the inside of the house, and I'm giving you all the stats about outside the house, at some point, and this is a growing trend, right? People buying things sight unseen in real life. At some point, I believe people will, this is the first big, like, assumption. I believe in the future, or my bet, I'm betting in the future, it's more common to buy things sight unseen because you can do a VR walkthrough of it and it's objectively better because you don't fall in love with anything. And you can see more stats about the neighborhood than you could ever know by going to the neighborhood at a time of the day. You know, at a time of the day, the neighborhood might look like crap, but the numbers show it's growing and going to get better. And in a couple of years, it's going to be a really nice neighborhood. That's something you won't know by driving through it. So objectively, it's actually a better way to buy a house and a better way to invest is to not see things. I could be wrong. Obviously, it's a big but. I mean, the big but of Airbnb is like, will people stay in other people's houses? And Uber was like, will people get in other people's cars? Like, won't you get kidnapped? And the sight unseen is like, won't you get screwed over? You know? And it would be on us to make it feel safe, you know? But at some point, the unseen market is growing. And I would think that between us and Zillow, we would be giving you all the tools to feel like you can know what's going on without seeing it. And that makes me want to sell houses and buy houses and be the marketplace for everybody. And I don't want to do what Zillow tried to do. I don't want to own houses. I want to make it so simple for owners to put their house on the market. I think that's the biggest point of friction in the whole thing. Because once you get going, you kind of keep going, you know? Like once you start having an agent and stuff, I feel like you kind of just keep going because you've already made the decision. But it's getting the first decision done, which is calling the realtor and cleaning your house, you know? And like getting the house, like this decision to start getting your house ready for sale, I think is like the first decision. That's the decision I'm stuck on of when do I do that? When do I pull that trigger? And I'm thinking between AI making dirty houses look clean and all the stats available about the inside and outside of the house, I'm kind of wondering if I can build an app that allows people to just post their own house online, like Facebook Marketplace style. Like you just post your own house for sale, and Pad Stats or Reloc or whatever takes care of the rest. You know, we schedule a house inspection for you right away. That's how we know that you're serious. Or you schedule it. You self-schedule a house inspection. The guy comes to your house the next day, spends a couple hours there going through your shit. Then we check your title and everything, make sure you can sell it. And after a day or two or a week, you take some pictures. We crop out all the crap you have and leave an empty house in the picture. And it gets posted online. And it's eBay. You can just buy or sell your house. And I know there's a million ways they can get screwed over, but there's a million ways to screw over an Airbnb guy, you know, and they figured it out. I don't think it's impossible, you know. So, and we could take way less of a cut than the realtors. We can be your realtor. You don't need a realtor. You post it online, and you can schedule your own walkthrough, or schedule your own open house if you want, and you can have a bidding on it with an expiration date. You can have a buy it now price, and that's it. People could place their bids while they're at your open house. Who do they need to talk to about what? Who are we talking to about what at this day and age with all the statistics out there, all this information? What does my realtor know more than me about? Honestly, what do the best realtors in the world know more than me about? And what knowledge do they have that I can't statistically show you and evaluate for you? Because I guarantee no realtor is telling me what kind of neighborhood I'm living in. They're going to say good, you know? They're going to say fine. They're going to say Google it yourself. You know? They can't. There's laws that say they can't talk about the neighborhood, and they probably don't know very well. You know, like it's very niche. It's very small. And and the good and bad, like up and coming, all these stupid words, like what do you actually know about that? What does that actually mean? And so this might change in a week. I don't know, but that's my bet right now that I'm putting down on, I hate to say 9/11. That's probably a bad omen. 9/11/23 is I'm going to keep nudging the startup into that land where at some point we're going to be, I mean, theoretically 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, we're going to have all the stats that anyone could ever want. And I think the only logical next step is to allow people to post their own house on there and buy it and bid on them and become eBay for houses. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crap, you know, but I think that's the way to do it. I think that's how to become a billionaire for me. So it's going to be a 7 to 10 year journey, but I think I finally have the problem I want to solve. I want to be eBay for houses, for property. And we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But in a couple of days, I'm going to have my friend on this podcast. I'm going to have my first guest. My friend Dave's going to join me, and we're going to talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about, honestly. I'm kind of nervous, actually, about it, because I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know what, you're going to see a different side of me. I'm a little nervous about that. But it'll be good. It'll be interesting. So that's my 20 minutes for today. I'm getting back on the horse, getting back to my routines, and I just revealed my master plan. We'll see what happens. No one watches this anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But we'll see. Maybe Maybe it'll be worth something one day. That idea, that problem to solve. But I just like having a goal, you know. I just like having an idea of what to do next. So, but Sean's really good about keeping me grounded. He's very good at telling me to shut up, and it's fine. Like, no, he doesn't say shut up, but he's just like very like, okay, we'll work on that eventually. Like, so all right, I gotta go. But I feel good to get it off my chest because I've been thinking about it for a week and a half now, and we'll see. There's like 1,000 things I have no idea how to even do with that. So it's just an idea right now. Steal it, you know. If you can beat me at it, beat me at it. That's life. So, all right. See ya.